Top neuroscientist. Anxiety is just a brain prediction gone wrong. What's causing your anxiety? It's not what you think. Hey, you. Yes, you. If you've ever caught yourself spiralling into a bad mood or a fridge binge or a full-blown self-sabotage session, and then later you've just beaten yourself up with the same old, why the heck do I still always keep doing this to myself? You know, one of those. If that sounds like you, then this one's for you, honey bun. Because it turns out your brain isn't broken. It's just predicting. And the wonderful news is you can train it to predict better. So let's talk about we're going to rewire that noggin of yours, not with woo-woo nonsense, but with neuroscience, habit science, and just a sprinkle of common sense. This is the real secret to staying on track with your health, your happiness, and your habits. So let's go. Quick intro to me if you haven't come across my channel before. My name is Emma Voysey and I'm a board certified health coach, and I make videos all about health from my home in Andorra. I teach people the methods and give them the tools to reclaim their health at any age, without medications, without interventions from the medical profession. It's all natural on this channel. Keep watching. The brain is a prediction machine. So here's the thing. Your brain isn't just sitting around waiting for stuff to happen and then reacting to it. It's busy predicting what's going to happen next based on what's happened before. Most of the time, it's predicting based on old patterns, not current reality. Neuroscientist Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett explains this beautifully. Your brain runs on these prediction loops, constantly guessing, estimating, figuring out, working out what's about to happen, what it thinks you're feeling, how to respond before you even realise any of that's going on. Your brain is like a film editor splicing together past footage and projecting it onto your mental screen, hoping it fits the moment. It doesn't just react, it constructs your experience in advance based on a budget of your body's energy needs and your past emotional data. So if you've ever walked into the kitchen and found yourself opening the fridge and suddenly you don't know why, it's a prediction loop. Your brain predicted, we're in this room, this is what we do here. And boom, fridge open, hand hovering near the cheese. And it's not even because you're hungry, it's because you've done it before. So it's part of your habit web. It's one of these prediction loops. And because your brain is trying to be efficient and preserve your energy and stick with what worked before, what's worked in the past, it doesn't ask if the habit is helpful, it just asks, is this familiar? That's why we often repeat behaviours that make no logical sense in that moment. Your job, if you want change, is to feed your brain better footage so it can create a better scene next time. Habits are brain shortcuts. This is where James Clear, the author of the brilliant book Atomic Habits, comes in. He breaks down habits into this simple 4-step loop: cue, craving, response, reward. Let's say every time you feel a bit stressed, your brain predicts, yes, stress. That means we open the wine. So the cue is a stressful day, the craving that you want is relief, the response is pour a glass, glug, glug, glug. The reward, dopamine hit, relax. Wonderful, isn't it? Do that loop enough times and boom, you've trained your brain to predict stress equals wine. Substitute, cigarette, biscuits, cake, a spliff, emergency shopping, whatever your thing is, it's the same effect. But here's the pivot point. You can use that same loop to build a better habit. Let's say you swap the wine for a walk. Same cue, same craving, different response, better reward. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to interrupt the loop, which brings us to Charles Duhigg, who is the author of The Power of Habit, another really good book. He explains that the real magic lies in identifying your cue and the reward, and then experimenting with different routines in the middle because he maintains it's not about willpower, it's about becoming a scientist of your own habits. So the next time you feel an urge to snack or scroll or sulk, pause and ask yourself, what is the cue here? What's making me do this? And what's the reward I'm chasing? Then try a different routine, test it, observe what happens. Duhigg also highlights the importance of belief that change is possible, and belief often comes from community. So don't go it alone. Share your habit experiments. Find people who want to rewire their brains too. I've said it before, find your tribe. You'll love it when you do. And that's how you rewire your brain, one prediction loop at a time. And if you'd like to be part of my tribe, there's a link in the description to subscribe to my weekly newsletter mailing list. 3. Feelings are guesses, not facts. Back to Dr. Lisa Feldman-Barrett for a moment, because this blew my mind. She says feelings are not facts, they are educated guesses based on our past experiences. That anxious pit in your stomach, it might not be anxiety at all. It might be hunger or dehydration or tiredness. Or maybe your brain's just playing an old emotion on a loop because it thinks that's what fits here. If you've ever misread a text and instantly felt rejected or annoyed or attacked, only to realise later on in the day, oh, they were just being blunt, or that was their idea of sarcasm or humour, that's your brain guessing or estimating wrong. So what do we do about it? We have to teach ourselves to build better guesses, and that means giving your brain more accurate data. So how are we going to do that? Well, you need to sleep more and sleep better. You need to eat real food, not junk food. You need to move your body the right way. Breathe, learn to relax, whatever that takes for you to learn that. Make it your job. Because changing these things has definitely made me calmer. Younger me, I definitely wasn't calm or zen. I used to be very reactive and get annoyed very quickly, fly off the handle at the slightest thing. You know, I'm quick to temper, but then quick to calm down again afterwards. But, you know, annoyed about things. I'm not like that anymore. These aren't just wellness cliches, they are inputs your brain uses to make predictions. So if you're always tired, you're always inflamed, overfed but undernourished, your brain is going to keep guessing wrong. Micro habits, macro change. Look, I found a new view for you. I haven't actually been up on this little bit here before, and it's so nice. The grass, it's like someone's been out here cutting it. I think it must be all the animals. They had horses out here a little while ago. And deer, of course. So James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, the brilliant book, he calls them atomic habits for a reason, because small changes swing big doors. Tiny changes done consistently are more powerful than dramatic overhauls. Remember, consistency beats perfection. I used to say consistency trumps perfection, but, well, you know. Think about this. Think drinking water or herbal tea before your coffee in the morning, going outside for 2 or 3 minutes every morning just to get, or even just stick your head out of a window just to get the light in your eyes, natural light into your brain. Do 5 squats while the kettle boils, or 10 squats, or when you brush your teeth, or you're waiting on hold on the phone. I know we don't have to do so much of that these days, but it's still there in part. Charles Duhigg adds that habits are like neurological cravings. They create these feedback loops, and the more you do a habit, the more you practice it, the more your brain wants to repeat it. So make your feedback loops really positive ones, because your brain will start predicting success. It will start expecting movement and nourishment and joy instead of dread, failure or chaos. That's how you gradually make the shift from why do I always sabotage myself to this is just who I am now. How I use this. I used to wake up and bam, straight onto my phone. No thought, just habit. Bing! So the cue would be waking up, the craving would be stimulation, the response was to scroll, the reward was dopamine and a lovely side dish of existential dread or annoyance or fear at some scary news. That wasn't a conscious choice, it was a prediction loop. My brain had learned when we wake up, we flood our system with chaos and cortisol. That's what we have to do. But now I've rewritten that loop. So I leave my phone outside the bedroom, no distractions, no doom scrolling. I mean, it's off at night time before I even go to bed, and it doesn't get switched on until the morning. It really bothers me that people put their phones right next to them and sleep right next to them without a thought for what that phone's communicating with the base station in your house, probably through you all night long. It's like a fire alarm going off in your brain all night. Turn your phone off. So my new cue is still obviously the same, waking up, but there's a fly. But now the craving is peace. The response, I stretch, I breathe, I smile, even if I don't feel like it yet. I drink some water, and then I put my clothes on, and then I go and do yoga. And I don't switch my phone on until I've done all of that. And the reward is calmness and clarity and a steady nervous system. And that single change just ripples out, because when I start my day in control, I make better choices, therefore, all day long. It's like giving my brain a new script. Like James Clear says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This is my system. Little tiny morning wins, and then they compound. And like Charles Duhigg explains, once you identify your cue and your reward, you can play around with the routine. And that's what I did. I didn't remove the cue or the craving, I just swapped the middle part. So no self-loathing required. And when life does throw curveballs, which it regularly does, I come back to this one powerful truth. I can't control the first thought, but I can control the second one. And that's where the power lies. So now when I feel overwhelmed or tempted or triggered, I pause and I ask, is this an old prediction or a new opportunity? And more often than not, I choose the upgrade. If you want to feel better, eat better, live better, stop trying to fix yourself, because you're not broken. You're just running some old predictions. And the beautiful thing about brains is you can update the software at any age. You can become version 2.0 of yourself anytime you choose to. You don't have to be a slave to your cravings, your bad moods, your assumptions, previous negativity, or your past. You're a walking, talking prediction machine. And with a few tweaks, you can teach your brain to expect better. And this in turn is going to help you with all of the other things. It's going to help you with your weight loss goals. It's going to help you with your life goals. It's going to help you feel better about yourself every time you look in the mirror, which is going to have a whole cascade of other positive effects. I hope this has helped you. If it did, leave me a comment. What's one habit loop you're going to experiment with this week? And if you want more science-based tools and habit hacks, hit the subscribe button and check out my weekly newsletter, Stronger, Leaner, Smarter, where I share stories and strategies for living a simpler, healthier life, stronger life, with kindness and clarity and truth that sticks. There's a link in the description below. God, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? I would be very surprised if you all don't want to click. If you like this video, you might like one of these two next. And till next time, from me and the flies and in this horse field. Till next time, keep it simple, stay strong, and nourish, not punish. Cheerio. Bye for now.